special post-season for Erica's show with your, and I'm going to say fan favorite, Erica, where we are going to ask her all of your guys' questions live during this show. Now, quickly let me remind you, if you guys want to watch any of our shows back with any of the past house guests, Marin, oh my god, just everybody, Veronica, they're all over on the website, yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. You can read the blogs over there, the spoiler graphics, it's all over there. Of course, we're doing this show live on YouNow, so become a fan so that you're alerted every time we go live. You can chat in the chat room, put your questions in there too. If you want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways. Of course, it helps get us to Canada to cover finale and the finale parties for you guys. You can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. And some of you were asking, yes, it also super helps if you thumbs up and subscribe on YouTube, leave a 5-star rating and a nice review on iTunes. And look, we have lots of, not that this looks like anything to you, but this is color-changing Big Brother Zingbot mugs and fun Big Brother stuff that we are giving away to people that are leaving iTunes reviews and YouTube comments, because you guys have told me you felt neglected and I don't give enough prizes away to you. So that's what you guys are going to get for people that leave comments on this Erica show. Now, speaking of, let me bring on the lady you all want to hear from. It's Erica!
Oh.
Erica, how are you doing?
I'm doing surprisingly better than anticipated. I'll just say that much, I suppose.
Well, we love you. I have to say, Erica, Queen Erica, oh my god, your minions, we all love you, but I had to take you down a peg, Erica.
Oh, please. I'm sure I could use it, you know?
Well, you already noticed it. I refuse to spell your name with a K. Because Erica, as my name is Eric, it is with a C, and I have this argument with people all the time that it is meant to be spelled with a C.
It is.
I don't
You're
know
right.
why anybody would put it with a K, so I refuse to do it on this show, Erica.
Well, good, because it is with a C, so that's good.
Okay.
That's the correct spelling.
That
You're
is the correct spelling.
I
It is.
know. With a K? What's up with that? No.
Who does it with a K? Who,
No, get
Erica?
outta here.
I
Get
have
outta
no
here.
idea. Look, here's what we need to talk about, Erica.
Mm.
A lot of your fan questions. So I want everyone to tweet us them with hashtag YRRLive. Number one fan is getting Erica's autograph. Number one fan on this show is getting Erica's autograph. Of course, you can spread the word, square, megaphone, up arrow, let people know that we're live, and become a fan now. Erica.
I love it. Hello, Eric. with a C.
Here's what I love that you brought back. I love, in a very Paris Hilton fashion,
Oh, God.
you brought back cute.
Cute. That's cute.
That's cute. I love that you brought back, it's cute. I mean, what were you thinking? Let's start right there, because I can laugh about it, but it was also heartbreaking for all of your fans in that moment.
I know.
We kind of knew that was going to happen. I know all of the Big Brother websites. I know myself, I think Hamster Watch, Rob, we were all like, do not use that stupid power this week, because if you do, Erica will end up going either this week or next week, and they didn't listen.
No, girl got the boot. It's weird because my mentality for the last few weeks was like, as soon as I hit that block, I'm going home.
Right.
And I figured, and all I heard throughout the entire season was like, the only way we're going to get rid of Erica is through a back door, and I was like, well, shit, this is the perfect opportunity to put me up. So I kind of knew as well, like I had anticipated that I was going to be going up. But the reason that I freaked out, Eric, and this is literally the first time I've said this to anybody, is because 30 seconds before the noms, Kayla pulled me into the pantry and said, you're 100% safe. I'm putting up Maddie. Right. And that's where the emotion came from. Like, I don't care. Like, I appreciate the move. I respect the move. I would have done the exact same thing, 100%.
Right.
But I was like, there's no sense in lying to me 10 seconds before I'm nominated. So that's where the emotion came out. I was just like, I can't stand the fakeness. It drives me, honestly, a little batshit. But that's where I was like, seriously, and just so fed up with the entire thing. And that's where some swear words and cute came out, I guess.
Look, if it makes you feel, and I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but it's interesting. I will say it's interesting. Did you see the Dayla, Derek and Kayla touching of the leg video that's come out today?
No, but that's the first thing I'm gonna look at as soon as this is done.
Well, I'll just describe it for you. It
Please.
is Derek, and he puts like the little headset in Kayla's ear, and they're like listening in the HOH, and she's like rubbing his leg. He literally rips the headphone out of his ear, gets up, and he's like, okay, we're done with the music, we're done with the music. And as soon as the door closes, he's like, stop fucking touching me. So Derek also
so incredible. Oh, wow.
not a fan of Kayla at the moment.
Woof. I mean, hey, wow. I know it just seems like there's a lot of like people rallying behind this idea. Like, I think after that moment, they really saw through a lot of her game.
Right.
And it was a big exposure moment because all anybody else had heard from Kayla and from myself a lot is I was like, no, like she seems like she's an honest person. She seems like a straight shooter. I don't know. And then everyone was like, I don't know where we stand anymore. So it was, yeah, big moment.
I'm going to take a question that you're getting from you got this from a ton of people. I'm going to take it from Destiny's over on Twitter. She says, I loved the gay alliance and I'm curious to know if you would have cut Johnny at the end, and do you think he would have cut you at the end?
It's hard to say. Johnny and I spoke about this. We were like, where we stand right now in that headspace, we were like, no, I would rather give first or second place to either of us than bring someone along who's done nothing, sat on their hands the entire time, and just kind of coasted through the game, because that just irks me so much, especially people like Johnny who are working day in and day out in order to stay in this game.
Right.
So from my standpoint right now, absolutely not. I would not cut him. I would love to see a gay final two. Like, it would just give me life. It really would. But I mean, it is hard to say once you get that close to 100 grand. If his resume is way longer than mine, I'm not going to sit here and be like, even if he beat me, I would take him. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Right. And I see people in the chat room saying, where's this video? Where can we watch it? I retweeted it. So check out at Reality Recaps on Twitter. I just retweeted it like right before this show.
And I will be retweeting it from you.
Okay. Maximus Mom says, why did you decide? Okay, and I like to change people's questions. Do you feel you decided to just chill during your second HOH by nominating two non-threats? So I guess what Maximus Mom is nicely trying to ask is, do you have any regrets for how you ran that HOH before you went out? Because obviously what people are gonna say in revisionist history is maybe if you didn't go after Marin and you went after a bigger target. So what do you want to say about all that?
It's one of those things that, like, in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, of course I would have put Dela up and then I wouldn't be in this position, blah, blah, blah. But without the twist, I'd still be there. So to me, that reads as maybe that wasn't the worst idea ever. And the only reason that Will was ever hitting that block was because Marin was no longer there. So Will, who I believe is a much stronger pawn than Marin, but also had I targeted Will that week, it would have rattled a lot more feathers and ruffled a lot more people. I think at least having Will be put on the block instead of someone that no one really had any emotional ties to Marin, which was unfortunate, like from a game perspective. But he was an easy person to put up week after week after week. And I was like, I want to see different faces hit that block. And I really did. I wanted to slow my roll a little bit because after my first HOH, I was like, okay, I'm dying now. Like, it takes more of an emotional toll on you than I think people realize.
Right.
So it was definitely in other people's eyes playing it safe. And of course I didn't go after a large target, but then again, I get a lot of criticism being like, well, why would you go after, like, you have to keep big targets in the house, but why did you get rid of Veronica? I was just trying to, like, balance out my weeks, basically.
Yeah, I think, and it's interesting, because I don't think we've seen a lot of Big Brother players do that. I think a lot of, like, a super fan will try and stay under the radar until and then someone like you, with, like, a big personality and that can win these comps and stuff, will go in and try and win them. It was interesting to see you balance them.
Yeah.
And I don't fault you for doing it that way. I totally understood what your strategy was in a house where they keep going after the strongest people. I would have done the same thing at that point and tried to make some alliance. I mean, look.
Well, that was my big thing too, is like when everyone in the entire house comes in and goes, put up Dela, put up Dela, put up Dela. I'm like, well, shit. Why would I put up Dela if all of you want Dela out? Because that means if you guys win HOH, you're going to put up Dela, which means you're not going to put up me. That's fine. I'll take it. But I could have never anticipated a twist like this, obviously.
And we kind of talked about it a little bit at the beginning, before we were live. Why does the twist always get the gays?
It comes for the LGBT community quick. Always.
It does.
I don't know.
It always does. I don't know why it does it.
It's because finally people have a chance to take a shot at like gay excellence, and they're like, "This is the chance for it. Let's just get them out the door so they don't run their mouth."
Simply Amal in the chat room wants to know, your original plan for second HOH was to put up Will and Maddie. So, not do you regret it, but do you think that things would have went differently if you went down that path?
Probably.
Actually,
probably. I think that probably would have been my best bet. That's a good in-between of like slowing it down and still getting out someone that is flying under the radar, playing a really good, strong social game, but not taking a shot at the world's biggest targets.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard because in that house, I don't know what it was about the climate of this specific group of people. I never knew who stood with who.
Right.
Like I truly had because everyone's just flip-flopping left, right, and center, that it was very hard to keep track of who I could actually rally support to get rid of. Especially during the double, it seemed like people that I cared about, like Johnny, he seemed to really want Maddie to stay in the game.
Right.
So I was trying to do what was best for everybody's. It's hard to manage it. It really was.
I know that you said, and this is a question that you got a ton to, I know you said you've only watched your eviction episode so far, so you haven't gone back. But has anybody told you, have you heard, or did you just know how hard Maddie was actually coming after you in this game?
Oh, I knew how hard. See, my issue is like, I could sense how hard she was coming after me. And she's a pretty easy read for me.
Right.
She's always been a bit of an easy read, but she wasn't. I think she's an easy read for a lot of the people in the house. So to me, that wasn't really threatening. I was like, okay, well, people don't take Maddie as a serious threat, because anytime she's trying to weasel something, like, I don't know, anytime she's trying to like play a masterful game, people are like, we see you, girl. We see you. Like, easy read. So I just kind of faded it, which maybe was not like when she cast her vote to evict me, I was like, I felt that through the screen, like the venom. Like,
I will say, in Maddie's defense, like, I go back and forth. Like, sometimes I want to, like, really root for Maddie, and I love her because she's a feedster and she's a super fan. And then other times I'm just like, oh, you come off so nasty. I will say, in her defense, she did say on the live feeds that, like, she was shocked. And maybe that was just gaming in case she thought someone was going to watch it or something. Right. But she was like, I hope it didn't come off nasty. I really was just like, I would like to vote for Erica, please, and walked away. But like, honestly, to me,
maybe it does. It's hard to read through the screen. And that's the thing. Like, I'm just trying to take everything I see with a grain of salt, because these people are actually pretty dope.
Yeah, it is an overall nice cast. I do have to say, all of you do seem to overall seem like a nice cast. But I do have to say,
so boring. I hate that. I'm like, let us seem like a nasty cast. Let's do it, but no.
Well, I mean, you were Hamza. I don't mean nasty. I mean, you and Hamza and Veronica, I think, added a lot of life into that house, and I think
appreciate that
things took a big turn after all that went down. But wait, I have to say this, because she's going to kill me and I'm going to forget.
Yes.
A lot of your fans, a lot of people in the chat room, as you know, people have called you Queen Erica for this season. Well, the queen of Big Brother Over the Top, Danielle, wants me to let you know that she loved you, loved your gameplay, and was a huge fan of you. She sent me a message before the show. And now that I'm remembering, I think she said, don't tell her I said this.
Oh, good.
But I'm telling you that you said this, and she just, there you go. She's in the chat right now. She said, that's me. She loves you, is my point. OTT in the house.
I'm so boosted. Honestly, and that's what's so cool is, like, seeing so many people who are such either, like, huge fans of the show or past house guests, like, the familial aspect of it is so overwhelming, and I'm so beyond grateful to be a part of it. It's really amazing.
Okay, so I want to grab, let's go back to here kind of towards the beginning. When you first went in the house, you said that your social game was going to be your strongest asset. How did that and your strategy, though, change? Or do you feel it changed once you went in the house?
Yeah. Oh my God, my strategy did a complete like my entire thing, like before entering the house was I'm gonna lay low the first half of the season and then like, girl, you did not do any of that, not even a little bit. Honestly, I think one of the big things was the veto prizes.
Right.
They changed the game because for me, I went into Tomb Raider not wanting to win it. And then to hear that such an incredible prize was on the line, I was like, well, now I've got to come to play. I've got to turn up on a different level.
Right.
And so it forced me to show my cards a little earlier than I would have liked to. And because Tomb Raider was such like a multifaceted comp, like there was the endurance factor, there was like a physical factor, there was archery, there was fire, there was there was a puzzle, it was everything.
Right.
So as soon as I won that comp, everyone was kind of already labeled me like comp beast. And then I just had to own it and rock it and try to like beast my way as far as I could, which was really not what I wanted to do, but I had to make it work.
I mean, it's interesting and I'm not at all saying that you're not a comp beast. You definitely won. You're one of the people that won the most amount of comps. But I think it's funny. I just kind of feel like a lot of people in the house were like, let's just start labeling everybody comp beast. Like, I almost want to find out if it was strategy from people.
Thank you. And that was like, literally people would win a hot sauce eating contest.
Right.
And would be like, oh, you better watch out for her. She's a comp beast. I'm like, what is happening in this house? Like, I don't know.
Tomb Raider, I get it. Like, holy shit, Tomb Raider, mind-blowing, watching you guys do that comp.
Hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And like, usually when you watch the comps as a fan, you're like, this is so easy. I could do that. Tomb Raider looked hard. Yeah. And it was harder than it looked, which isn't, it was
oh
crazy.
My God.
It was
crazy. What did you think of the Merrin and Veronica entering in the house late and their whole story? Were you one of the people that like bought it right off the bat, or were you like, clearly this is a lie?
At first, I was kind of like, oh, what? That's weird. And then to like know just the entire process of the show. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, I don't know about that. And Veronica, I literally adore V with every fiber of my being. That girl cannot lie to save her life. Like, she texted me immediately as soon as getting out of the house. And she was like, sorry, I lied about the rogue vote. I was like, you're literally a terrible liar at everything you do. But as soon as she started adding like unnecessary details and like weird, I was like, no, nuh-uh.
Okay, so then let's talk about this, because I was going to kind of just avoid it, but now I want to talk about V for a minute. So,
let's talk about V.
Because when you were evicted, and I love her, and she knows she's on this show, she knows I love her, but when you got evicted, she may have put out a video on Twitter that was just her going
laughing. I responded to it. She posted on Instagram too, and I immediately responded to it and was like, I effing hate you. Like, shut up. Because it's just one of those things where it's like, real recognize real.
Right.
Like, I took V out of the competition because like I put V on the block because she's such a strong competitor. And she thinks very similarly to me, where for me being backdoored in a sick, twisted way, I take it as a bit of a compliment.
It is.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So for someone to not waste, but like use a backdoor opportunity on myself, I'm like, thank you so much. That means you think I'm playing a really strong game, and I appreciate that, because that's all I really came out there to do. Like, besides win, I just came out there to be proud of my game, and that was it. But for V, like as a human being, we will be hanging out after the show. I adore her. Even after I put up my little like bad bitch moment, I like went to her and was like very, very upset, being like, I don't want you to think that any friendship moment that we had was not real or strictly game. Because that hurts. Like, I never want someone to think I'm using them like that.
Well, several things. Number one, I also love that you followed up by posting the Babar from Lush, because everyone here knows that we're big Lush fans over here. But number two,
here as well.
This is why I love this cast. I love that you guys have a sense of humor, can take it like with a grain of salt after the season is over and all still be friends. But now look, because I'm going to save you and me a lot of emails, everyone. Erika used the term backdoor for her eviction, okay? She was the victim of a twist. So
yes,
she didn't get to play. She didn't get to play in anything. So we're going to go ahead and consider that a backdoor. I'm aware that there was veto playing. We don't need the emails about, I swear to God, Erika, I will get 500 emails that go, you didn't confront her.
No, it's funny because like there is such a difference between playing a veto to play a veto and playing a veto when there is a fire lit under your ass and your game is on the line. Right. And I mean, it would have, who knows how it would have changed that stupid freaking table puzzle maze thing. I hated that. I was so mad at it. But like, who knows if it would have changed anything even. But I don't know. Backdoor twist, whatever you want to call it. I'm not fazed either way.
How, from a question, I don't know who this is from, but it's from the chat room. How surprised were you to learn that Paris was in an alliance with Dela from week 1? Or did you not learn that yet? And then surprise.
No, I did see that. I did see it. Honestly, I was surprised but not shocked. Like, the kid spends a lot of time with them. I think I was just mostly surprised at how much Kayla and Derek threw Paris's name under the bus on multiple occasions. So I was like, how real are any of these alliances if people are doing this much bus throwing? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's, I think in that house it was, I'm not sure if it's this difficult every season. Maybe it isn't. But it was so hard for me to tell whose alliances were legit and whose were just in order to, like, protect themselves. And I still, to this day, have no freaking idea. Like, I really don't know.
I don't think they know.
The first person to be like, Paris was the first person to come to me and be like, put Dela up. I'm like, the alliance. Like,
and this is the thing. I don't think there is any real alliance in that house. Not even at this moment. I mean, we're not going to... Maybe we'll talk some spoilery stuff at the end, but I don't think there is an alliance. I think things go week to week and people just move in the week and just try and lie and bullshit their way and convince people, oh no, we were really with you this week. This week we're with you.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's like one of the things where you're like, do you regret anything?
Right.
I regret trying to premeditate. Because in that house, it really is a week-to-week environment, and I wish I had just focused on the week at hand.
Right.
Because in that house, in the environment, it just didn't work.
I'm going to take another question from Twitter. It's from Lost and Concrused, and he says, Erika, you went from HOH to surviving the double eviction again. Do you think that that was the nail in your coffin, or do you think that that's what made you a larger threat to the house? So,
honestly,
go ahead.
Slash, is this lagging seriously for you?
It says
is this my laptop?
It might be. Are you plugged in?
I'm not plugged in.
Oh, that might be why. It's okay. It'll clear up.
Wi-Fi is an issue.
It'll clear up.
All right. We'll just fade it for now. All right.
Go ahead.
No, I don't think. I mean, I think to an extent it was a bit of the nail in my coffin, but I had a target on my back for a very long time that was not getting any smaller.
Right.
I didn't want to win the second HOH necessarily. Like, I was barely functioning during that HOH comp. Truly, I was like half asleep. But I think for me, whether I had won it or not, I probably would have been out that week if I hadn't won it. Who knows?
You did really well. Like we said, like you did really well in comps. And I don't want to put words in your mouth. Would you say that you felt they were easier than anticipated? And this is from a lot of your younger fans. They want to know, what was your favorite comp that you played in?
Oh, Tomb Raider was my favorite comp by far. Not because it was insane. It was, like I said, the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But to experience something that difficult and then to win, it was just, honestly, I had shattered all of the limitations that I put on myself before coming into the house, because I never thought of myself as much of a comp beast. Like, I did not think winning comps was going to be a thing.
Right.
But yeah, so that was, they were actually much harder than anticipated. But I think I was more impressed by the amount, like, it's less about skill and more about just like mental strength. Because if you can push yourself there mentally, you can win regardless if it's not your skill set. Like running around in animal crates, no one can prepare for that. You know what I mean? But
Exactly.
yeah.
And right. But in your opinion, who are the biggest floaters in the house? I mean, right now.
That's an excellent question. Floating as in like floating successfully or doing not a lot? You know what I mean?
Let's go with both. Let's go with who do you think is not doing a lot in the game right now, and who do you think maybe is under the radar and playing well right now?
I think, and like people will argue that Liv is not a good floater because she's winning comps. But I think Liv is an incredible, like to use the term floater as a positive, I think Liv is floating very well because she kind of just flies under the radar. People are good with Liv. She's not really anyone's primary target. And also Will. I think Will he's playing an incredible social game. Everybody really likes Will. They want to keep him around, use him as a pawn, whatever, but no one wants to get him out. Like he's doing a good job for that. I can't, and I know you have a hard time with her. I just don't think Maddie's doing much. I really don't. I'm just like what are you literally doing? I don't, and also I haven't watched the feeds. I haven't watched the episodes, so it's hard for me to say. But from my perspective, I was literally sitting there and I was like, what?
I mean, in Maddie's defense, like she's doing a lot. She's doing a lot because obviously she has to keep removing the target from herself kind of each week. So I kind of give respect to her gameplay in that aspect. But can she get anyone to do anything? No.
Well, and that's it, right?
Right, yeah. And that's the game.
And that's it. And it's no one really, it seems, well, at least to me, it seems like people don't really trust her. They don't really want to align themselves with her and they don't find much use for Maddie.
Right.
And I think that's not because she's not useful, because she very much is, but the ways in which she's positioning herself in the game, I don't think are her best bet.
I know the chat room is asking, going back to the beginning with Andrew, what is your relationship like with Andrew now? You guys were really close in the beginning of the game, separated during the game. He stared you down on the couch.
How dare
he? Has he reached out at all to you since?
He has not reached out, no. I haven't heard from Andrew. Andrew has not heard from me, mostly just because I've been like extremely busy. But I have obviously no qualms with the guy at all. He was playing a hard and fast game near the beginning and is a very like emotional player. And I can respect that because I think it's very strong to be emotional. It was just unfortunate that when he was trying to make moves, they were considered game related. And then when I was trying to make moves, or anyone was trying to make moves at his deficit, it was always a personal attack. And so that for me, like as a person, as a human being, I actually really liked Andrew. I liked him a lot. I just couldn't align with him game wise. And that was that.
And I hope that he knows that. I hope that, I think that he knows that.
I hope so too. And I'm sure I will reach out at some point just to be like, hey, let's clear the air. You live in my city. Like, we're good, right? Question mark. But
he seems happy. He seems happy postseason. Who did you for real trust the most in the house, and who would have been your ideal final three? Because obviously we saw like the gay alliance with Johnny, but you were also close with Ali and Liv too. So I mean, who do you think? I mean, I know the game changes every week and it could have changed, but who do you believe that you would have went to the end with?
Honestly, the people in the game that I trusted the most from the get-go, Hamza, my guy. Like, I love that guy. I really did. And it wasn't until the last 2 weeks that I really trusted Johnny 100%. But one of the people that I trust a lot was Ryan. Like, Ryan throughout the entire season has never lied to me. He gave me key information that helped me, like he was the one who told me there was 2 stamps missing for that HOH that I won. It was just little things like that where I was like, if he was targeting me, he wouldn't be doing any of this. And I don't know, he was just one of those people that I was like, there's something about you that I know you're too much of a straight shooter to be BSing me. Because he really didn't lie. No one just wanted to hear his truths, unfortunately.
Right. He didn't, I think, oh God, this is hard to say. Like, he didn't lie, no. Yeah. And I do believe that he would have been the most loyal to you or Johnny. He really hasn't thrown Johnny under the bus a lot. kind of at all, I don't think, this
Yeah.
week. So I think he would have been most loyal to you guys. I just think he was always looking for somebody and would have taken anybody, and just like
Yeah.
you were the one that kind of was most
You're not
receptive
wrong.
to him.
You're not wrong.
Well,
You're not wrong. But
always
that's,
thought.
I feel like the ideal final three, that's so hard to say. I'm like looking at everyone's pictures in the sidebar and I'm like,
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't have hated, and this is the thing, I was very close. I was very close with Allie and Liv from like a human perspective. I think Allie, she does the most. Like she literally is always doing the most. I've literally had multiple occasions where I stop and I put her face in between my hands and I'm like, why do you talk so much? Why do you say so much to people? Like you just bad talk information, just keep it quiet. But yeah, I would love obviously to see myself and Johnny in a final three. I wouldn't have hated to see Will along for the ride either, honestly.
Really? Okay. That's
Just because I feel like it would have been, I mean, it's hard because I know he's thrown a lot of comp, so it's hard to see where he's at physically.
right.
But I think it would be, or Liv, Liv and Johnny, I feel like I could have 100% got behind that final three.
I would have loved to see a you, Liv, and Johnny final three. I mean, Liv, like Olivia cracks me up.
Like I'm obsessed with her. It's facts. She is the funniest person in that house by far.
Okay, but why? Like, why do you think just like her personality? Because I can tell you specifically why I think she's the funniest person.
Please let me know.
I think she's a serial killer. I think she doesn't have any emotions inside of her.
No, there's like nothing there.
No. Like, I think you could literally, like, you guys could be in the HOH and, like, the wall could fall over and you could, like, catch on fire. And she would just be like, oh my God, that looks like it hurts, Erica.
She's like, I'm going to go eat an orange and leave.
Ow, I'm going to go now. I mean, this fire is warm. Maybe I'll just take my shirt off. Like, I don't get, I need to know if this is her in real life or has she just consciously, like, made a decision to, like, remove all emotions from the game?
I would love to know because her, like the things that come out of her mouth, I'm like, is this real life? Like, is this legitimately coming out of your mouth right now? And I live for it. Like it's nothing. You're right. She's so emotionally detached. She's just like, he didn't die. He just got evicted. I'm like,
right. When she was like doing the button HOH and she's like, I just like waiting for money. Like, it doesn't even matter. I'm just waiting for money. I'm like,
he literally was like looking at her split ends and like checking her nail bits while holding the button. I was like, do like, you even know what you're playing?
It's like, what are you doing? And I think it's hysterical. And I love her. I have dry eyes, so I have to roll them a lot. That's my new excuse. My whole face is dry. That's why I do shit like this all the time.
That's why my face looks like this, because I really need to moisturize.
I really need to moisturize. That's my new excuse now. And my face is dry.
Yeah, she's literally a walking meme. It's incredible.
It's just
like
the best.
She is meme city. I love it.
It is true. Lilia G in the chat room wants to know, who does Erica want Johnny to work with now?
That's an incredible question. I feel like I would like, I mean, it's hard with Allie still in the game. Like I love Allie, but I feel like Johnny and Liv could go so far in this game. Like, I feel like they could do some damage. I really do. And I know he's like, I've seen some things where he's like aligning himself with Paris, but I know that Paris also, like Allie, says a lot. So I just don't want it. It's hard to say right now. I feel like he is the number one target in the house after Dela.
I think he will be as well. And I think the problem just from watching him and Liv on the live feeds are just he doesn't know how to react to her not communicative personality. So I can't see
100%.
Him working with her. Like Allie.
It's funny because he said to me on multiple occasions, he's like, you, me, and Liv, like we should do it, you, me, and Liv. And then he'll be like, Liv, I'm really worried about this upcoming week. And she's like, yeah, I mean, I wonder what the weather's like. I'm going to go take a nap. And I'm like,
right. Yeah, so that's why I don't see him going far with her. Like
I wouldn't say so. What about you? Who do you think? Johnny, with who?
I want Johnny with whoever gets him to the end. I don't care.
Freaking men.
I don't care. I mean, what spoil? I really don't want to say any spoil. I'm just going to say this because I don't want people to get mad if they don't want to be spoiled. But I will just say Johnny is doing some incredible work in the house right now.
Man is doing the most. He's doing God's work. I don't know what he's up to, but I am here for it.
And we'll see. I mean, it's a live episode, so really we're not spoiling anything. Anything could happen tomorrow night. Right. But as of right now, it looks like the tide's a changing, and I think it's incredible. Jessam wants to know, do you feel feel you could have fought harder to keep Hamza safe during the double. We basically watched Johnny assault Liv to keep Maddie in the game.
And this is literally facts. But it's funny because I've seen that clip and the edit doesn't show anything that I did to try to keep Hamza.
Oh, so you were vocal.
150%. I was like, what? I was livid. You don't go finding a way to sobbing, bawling your eyes out without having tried something.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, I very much made it very clear to Ali and Liv. I was like, I was not having any of it. And that's why I looked at them on the couch. I was like, I'm not voting him out. I was like, I will not vote him out. Because they were basically like, I feel like Maddie keeps the peace more. We have to get Hamza out, blah, 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 trying to make excuses. But I was livid and I was very vocal about that.
Did Johnny ever tell you why he fought so hard to save Maddie? Was it just like he thought that she would be a number for you guys?
See, there is a part of me, and I've actually not ever spoken to Johnny about this because I wasn't there to see it until watching it back.
Right.
There's a part of me that doesn't believe that it was about Maddie. Like, there's a part of me that's sitting there and is like, did you think she was going to put you up? Because he flipped. And then as soon as he found out it was Maddie, he was like, oh, no, don't put Maddie up. So I don't know
really?
if that was, well, if you watch the whole clip, he's kind of like, don't you lied to me. Like,
yeah.
She never said Maddie yet.
I thought she did.
No, she was like, listen. She was like, okay, listen, I have to do this. And he was like,
okay.
Freaked out. And so I don't know. And I mean, you'll have to ask Johnny this at some point, but
I hope not to.
I know. Please don't ever ask him about this. Please never see him until he is $100,000 richer. Like,
no, but go ahead.
No, I'm just a little, I don't know. I'm skeptical, especially since 1 week later, he was literally like, oh yeah, Maddie can go. Don't care. And I was like, you don't go from feeling that strongly about someone to completely detached. So, I mean, maybe you do. It's Big Brother, but I don't know. I'm still a little skeptical about the whole thing.
I kind of love this question from Jay La Work wants to know, Erica, if you could go back into any week this season and change your vote, would you have done it based on what you know now? So, like, I guess, is there anyone that you would have tried to have, save or try and switch anything around?
Yeah, I would have absolutely kept Rosie in this game 150 million%. Like 100%. If Andrew had come forth with the idea to flip the house in a less aggressive way, one, I think he probably would have been successful. And two, that would have been the best game move for absolutely every single person. And it's weird to think of how much the game would have changed had Rosie stayed and Ali gone. And I love her, but it's just, it's food for thought for sure.
Norman is Nachos says, so Erica, are you saying that you right now think Johnny is playing the best game overall? And if not, who do you think, not just based on comps? That was a long question, Nachos.
That is a long question. No, I don't think Johnny is playing the best game. I think he plays the game that I respect the most. But as far as like the longevity of his game, every single week I'm going to be worried about Johnny. Like facts, 100%. Every single time anyone but Johnny wins HOH, I'm going to be stressed that my dude is going home for sure. But I don't know. I don't know if the longevity is there per se. I think it has the possibility to get there. But for some reason in this house, all people really are taking into consideration is basically comp wins, it seems. Like, well, maybe not all, but like it is a huge thing where they're like, Erica's a comp beast, Johnny's a comp beast. And I know both of us have, well, for me, I think I have a pretty good social game and Johnny has a very good social game as well. But like, we are always going to be targets. We're always going to hit that block if there's an opportunity. So I just didn't understand the like hastiness of it, but they seem very hasty to get me out and then get Johnny out. So if he can make it past this week and do God's work as he is doing, I think then maybe I would be more convinced that maybe he actually is playing the best game in that house.
I don't think that you just answered this before. I know what you said. Well, I'm going to take it over on Twitter from Wong wants to know, what would you have done during the twist if you were Kayla? So I know you said you wouldn't have done anything differently, but you would have put up Kayla and who? Would it have been also Derek?
Do you mean like just sitting beside Will?
If you would have, I guess, I thought she was saying like if you would have had the power that week. So if you would have been HOH that week, who would you have put up and who would you have replaced if you were in that situation?
Ooh, tough call. I mean, if it was just, if my noms were the same, if my noms were Ryan and Will and Ryan got pulled down and I had to put someone beside Will and I was Kayla, I would have put up either myself or Ali or Liv.
Okay.
Like 100%, without a doubt. I probably would have gone maybe for Ali and Liv first, just because I could split up a duo.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been a really strong move just from a numbers perspective. But not a doubt in my mind, if she felt threatened that I was coming after her, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have put me up too. And if I was any other person in that house besides, I mean, Ali and Liv, it's a tough call to say whether or not I'm like, how did you vote me out versus I completely understand where you're coming from.
Right.
But honestly, I turned to Johnny and I was like, if it's Ali or Liv on that block, like we have to consider taking the shot now.
Okay.
So I can't be mad. I can't be mad at the fact that the move was made because I would have done the same thing. I think it was the best game move for everybody.
You just felt in that moment, because when you were like, F you guys, was it directed to, well, no, that was, you and Johnny both did like, I can't believe it. Here's the question. Were you directing it towards Ali and Liv because you felt like they had been the ones to vote, or was it like just a general to the house, I can't believe you guys got rid of me?
No, it was specifically to Kayla and Derek.
Okay. Oh, it was specifically
to Kayla. Specifically to Kayla and Derek only because of the lies.
Okay.
And that was my big thing is like, if you're going to come to me and tell me that I'm 150% safe and that you're putting up Maddie 10 seconds before your noms, that is why I was like, are you serious? Like if she had come to me in the pantry and been like, honestly, dude, this is the only time I can take this shot. I respect you as a player, but you got to go. I would have been like, completely fair. It would have been a different walkout, a different emotion. But I just didn't understand the need to, one, use me in this twist and then blindside me like that. I just didn't appreciate it.
And then no hard feelings to people like Ali, Liv, who could have kept you safe if they would have. Okay. All right. I think that was the question that they... Good. I love it. I love that you're all like, oh, it's the game and let's game it.
That's it. And that's my thing. Like I've always, and this is the reason I put up V is because, and I said it during my speech, she started playing a shady game that was just lie after lie after lie. And everyone plays a different game and I have to respect that. But for me, the lies just aren't necessary. And I'm sure a lot of people will come for me and be like, you lie all the time. But like, I really, over the course, if you're watching the feeds, I was very, very, very honest with people. Even V, like I was very honest with people who were going up and why they were going up. I would lay out X, Y, and Z as to why I don't think we can work together in the game, whatever it may be. But for Kayla to like just go and lie and lie and lie, I was just fed up with the lies. And then unfortunately lashed out with a series of swear words that I'm sure I'll apologize to many elderly people about.
Con for Peace in the chat room wants to know, do you have any intentions of watching live feeds this season or no?
Hell no.
No.
Honestly, no. God, no. I'll watch the little like clips of the good stuff that people pull and put on Twitter.
Okay.
But I just got out of that house. The last thing I want to do is just throw myself right back into it because I'm having a really good time just like hanging out with my girlfriend and my friends and just like living my life. You know what I mean? So no, I'll watch the episodes at some point, but not the feeds.
Okay, well, let's go down that path for a minute because you have gotten a lot of questions about Shebe. So,
my little Shebe. She's actually here right now. I kicked her out of the room, but she is here.
We'll bring her on at the end if she wants to come on.
I'll ask her.
Ask her if she wants to come on at the end. But Kara over on Twitter wants to know, how has life been different since being home? Do you still find yourself living by the BB rules, looking for your microphone? Are you adjusting well to home life?
It's crazy. I was wearing a hoodie the other day and went to pull out my mic because it was always caught in my hoodie in the house. And I was like, I'm not wearing a microphone. I was like, what's happening? But no, it's being in the house really teaches you what you like appreciate and what you value.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's just been just doing groceries, like small mundane things that I would have overlooked before. I'm just overjoyed to be able to do them. And especially with the people that I love, to go out for dinner, to just hang out in their company. And
Right.
that I know they're not trying to scheme and like have ulterior motives. It's been nice, honestly.
What was the first thing that you did when you got out of the house?
I just like locked myself in my house and I
Okay.
was like, Mom, Shay, let's talk for hours. That's all I wanted to do. Like, catch me up on your last 2 months. That's all I wanted to know.
I believe I tweeted this out. I was like, Erica wins my award. She is the first house guest that got out of the house and stayed off social media for like the first year. Like it was clear that you were
Yeah.
like being with your family and your friends. It's like, oh my God, I love that. Like, whereas, and no shade to the people that do, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying it was clear that you, did that. Now, let me ask you more importantly, what was the first thing, because you got this question a lot, you had to eat when you got out of the house? What is the first meal that you were running to have?
My mom immediately upon returning, my mom's Greek, so she feeds like a lot.
Oh,
But she immediately was like, "Do you want steak? Do you want crab legs? Do you want like garlic shrimp?" She just basically put out an entire smorgasbord of food. It was
okay.
divine, and I've not stopped eating since. Let me tell you, it's not slop, so it's great.
I would like to point out Hamza, and Marin, and I believe Jesse too, if you're watching, that was the correct answer. You know what all three of them said?
Oh God, what like pizza?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. They didn't even say Wendy's.
Exactly.
Savages. Oh.
Exactly.
Well, there goes your sponsorship, boys. Come
There
on.
it goes. I'm just like, what are you doing? I had to cut it out of all of their shows. Loved it. Great
That's
first
lame.
answer.
I was like, I want a steak. Give me a steak.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
I almost don't want to have the argument with you because we have a lot of we have a lot of hard standing arguments we like to have on this show, and I want to say I'm surprised you didn't have a gyro.
Not Euro.
It's a gyro, Erica. I'm from New York. We call them gyros, and they're also called heroes.
I'm from New York. I know what that is.
Yes, that
Not
is
a
what
gyro.
we.
No, definitely
so we call-
not. No, definitely not.
Dimitri and I had a huge fight over this last season. I can't relive it.
I don't even doubt it.
68 Smiles wants to know.
Moving on.
Oh, no. Okay, wait. Say what you said one more time, just because you froze. Go ahead. Say what you said.
Oh, I don't even remember.
Okay, don't even worry about it then. Well,
did
I'll
I
fix
say?
it. 68 Smiles says, Erica, would you play Big Brother again?
I would play Big Brother again, honestly, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I'd do it again just because I feel like I have such a deeper understanding of the show, how it works, how you feel in the house. And I would do some things differently, let me tell you.
What are some of the things that you would do differently?
I think I would just try to like not think so much about it. And you realize that it's not that serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're in the house, you feel like if you get evicted, you die.
Right.
Like that's how it feels sometimes. Is like your life in this game is your life. And to know that you can just go back and be with the people that you love and do the things that you love. It's just you kind of go in with a little bit more of a like fuck it mentality. Let me just do my best and like make the big moves because why not? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I want to let people know, first of all, I can't believe we have like less than 10 minutes left. Do you have like a wall of questions?
Really?
I want to remind everybody, so far, Becca, it's you, but number one fan is winning Erica's autograph. And then after this show, we are heading over to the Patreon group. But don't forget to become a fan now so that you're alerted every time we go live. We're going to be live with the next
Yes.
evicted house guest on Friday night. So you want to become a fan here so
man.
that you are alerted, and so that you're alerted when Erica comes back. I'm sure Erica will come back and talk more Big Brother with us as well.
100%.
Okay, so
100%.
I want to try and give you some of these questions like as quickly as possible. What do you want to
rounds.
play Amazing Race? You want to do Amazing
Yes.
Race, correct?
So badly, Shay and I. Let's do it. 100%.
Now, this is not a question we're going to be able to ask quickly, but I know everybody really wanted to hear it. What would be your dream team in a Big Brother US versus Big Brother Canada season? And I'll just make it easy for you and say, like, who are two people you would want on your US team? Who are two people you would love to see on a Canada team? And yourself excluded.
Oh. Oh. I would love, of course, like you gotta have Ika and Dimitri
Okay,
on a candidacy. Like you gotta do it.
I agree.
And I would love to see, I would love to see That's a great freaking question. I would love to see Cody, just because I want to see more of Cody all the time.
Erica,
And Derek.
we're going to stop this right now, Erica. Right now, we're going to stop with the Cody. I understand.
I just lost all my fans. I lost all my fans.
It is clear. I understand. Some of us are very busy and we don't have time to watch the feeds. But let me just let you know a little secret. You know who Cody hates? Gay people.
Really?
He's very anti us and the transgender community.
All right, so fuck him.
Right.
Fuck him.
Oh,
let him burn. Worst. Let him burn. Never mind.
He is the worst.
Ew, I didn't know that.
Here's my problem. I wouldn't have had any, like, he said a lot of horrible things on the live feeds on his season. And I always say I judge people out of the house. Everyone to me is a clean slate. He came out of the house and went, yeah, that's what I said. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to apologize. So I'm done with you.
Yeah, no.
Bye.
Hard pass. All right, never mind.
Bye. And not just the gays.
Can we just let's just X him out. Let's just X him out.
Oh, I already have. And I've been educating all you Big Brother Canada people that love him for some reason. I mean, look, he is...
I just think he's funny, honestly.
He is a favorite, I
guess.
That's it.
No, but not anymore. He sucks. Ew, no, bye. Bye.
No, we say bye. Unfortunately, I think our CBS is in love with him and everyone will be seeing him again. Unfortunately. Little Big Red says, so on a future All-Star season, is Ika and Dimitri who you would choose to play with if you could play with anybody?
Tough call. I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched a ton of Canadian seasons. I mean, I initially would yes, 100%. But if I was working, it was me, Ika, and Dimitri, we'd all be evicted in a minute. We'd literally just be at any chance, picked off probably. Or people would be trying to work with us. It depends on who the rest of the cast is. You know what I mean?
Oh, it always depends on who the rest of the cast is, surely.
Yeah.
But Cammy Forever says, how do you feel about Paris being a law student and pretending to be dumb? Was that
shook me to my core. Had no idea. Because she really plays her character quite well sometimes.
I do have to...
Yeah.
I have to say again, from watching the feeds this week, and I don't want to be impressed with Paris's game, but she impresses me a lot sometimes. I'm like, I can't believe you got that vote switched. Awesome. Or I can't, but she is the only one in that house right now digging her heels in for Johnny, and you need to turn that around, Paris. I mean, we don't need her.
I was gonna say, no.
But
the thing is, oh yeah, it's just so weird. I'm surprised by that because people do see through her also to an extent. Everyone's Paris talks so much, she runs her mouth, she's always gossiping, she's floating everywhere, plays both sides, that's all you hear. But the fact that she's still there means she's playing a damn good game. So whatever. Props to her.
Obviously, who do you hope goes this week? So we know it's Ryan and Johnny on the block. Who do you hope goes?
Yeah. I hope I see Ryan walk out that door. Absolutely. Johnny all the way to the end. $100,000 richer.
And is there anybody that you would be like, oh God, I really hope they don't win this game?
I don't want to see Maddie win this game. I really don't.
I think
I don't know why. It's just
That is interesting. I think a lot of people feel that way. Well, look, Erica, you have a ton of fans here that love you and support you. So I want to give you, for starters, full screen so that you can say whatever you want to say to all of your fans here watching. So the floor is yours.
That's so weird. The word fans is so weird. I don't know. You guys are honestly the best. I appreciate the love. It really has been drowning out the hate, which there also has been a lot of. But for me, I hope I did you guys proud. I hope I gave you at least a decent season from me. I hope I did my part. And I can't wait to connect with you guys on everything. It's making me so happy to just get in on the conversation, chat with you guys, see what you think. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to hearing more from you guys. So I appreciate it. So much love. Thank you.
Well, look, here is what I'm going to say. And drown out the hate, because that never matters. I know it's It's our running joke. Forward Flow is our resident lesbian in the chat room, and she was your biggest fan all season. Forward Flow just loved
with
you.
The gays. I love it.
She was. She's going to be so happy that I specifically singled her out. I want to say congratulations, Becca, for being the #1 fan on this show. Now,
Becca.
like I said, I literally have pages of questions for you. I was trying to scroll through all of them. I couldn't do it quick enough. So this is what you guys are going to need to do. You're going to need to follow Erica on social media so that you can get more answers to your questions. I'm sure Erica will be coming back on our show and doing other shows. I will put the links to all of Erica's social medias below this video. But for the people listening back on audio, Erica, where would you like people to follow you on? What social medias are you on?
Yes, I am on Instagram. I am super on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
My handle is Erica Hill with 3 L's. Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
There's no Erica Hill with 2 L's. I missed out on that boat.
Okay.
And then my Twitter is, I think it's Erica BB Cam.
Okay.
So follow me on there. I interact with so many of you guys post the funniest shit, the funniest memes, the like coolest tweets ever. So I respond a lot on there as well. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys for sure.
Okay, and I will put the links to all of Erica's social media below this video. I see a lot of people, there's like a lot of caps and exclamation points happening in the chat room. I'm just going to take this from Denise, who is making sure that I let you know, Erica, you made Canada totally proud. Lots of people saying, please make sure she knows how proud she made Canada.
That makes me so happy. That's literally all I could ask for. So I really appreciate that, Denise. Thank you.
Perfect. Now, do you want Shay to come and say hi before we wrap it up?
I mean, I can ask her. She's probably going to hate me for this. She probably will.
If you think she's going to be mad, we don't need to.
I'll ask.
All right, you go ask her. I'm going to entertain everyone while you do it. Hi, everyone.
I don't doubt it.
Okay, go ahead. Hi, everyone. Erica's running to go see if Shay wants to come on and say hi to all of you. Well, that's happening. I have to just say, make sure you guys become a fan and share these shows wherever you're watching them if you like them. It's a great free way to help support our shows when you guys share them on social media. Of course, don't forget we're doing giveaways. We have cups and mugs for people that are subscribers on YouTube and leave comments on iTunes. And Shay's here. Hold on, I'm going to give you... Is Shay here? I'm assuming.
Oh, we have liftoff. We have Shay liftoff.
I'm getting out of the way. Hi, Shay. You got to bend down. Hi.
Oh, yes, all right. Here, I just realized I never gave her a headphone. So selfish.
I know you can't see me, but everybody sees you and just wants to say hi, and they love you guys.
Hello.
Aww.
Thank you. We love you all.
Literally, so much love. Sorry, babe.
Thank you for running Erica's Twitter, and it's so nice to see you.
It's so good to not see you. You're welcome.
Literally,
Yeah.
can't
Oh,
see
here,
her.
fine. Here, I'll come back. But now, Erica, now you got to move over. There you go.
Hello.
Hi.
How do we do? Oh, you're controlling my camera anyway.
I'm not, but let's see if I can now. Ready? Here, I'll do it. Boop. There we go.
Oh, we're high tech. Look at that.
I love it.
Nice.
So then quickly, I'll take 2 more questions. One from the chat room says, Erica, will you encourage Shay to audition for BB Can or no?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, whatever your heart desires, babe. Live your truth.
We'll see. We'll see.
After the stress of all of this, we will see. But do it. Go for it. Please. I would love to watch her up there kicking butt.
Oh man.
You thought I was a calm beast. You should see this one.
Comfy's OG. Right
Yeah,
here.
literally.
Here's what I think. Here's my honest suggestion. I think you two should do Amazing Race. I think that
Thank you.
you could do it together, and it would be so much more of a bonding experience for both of you. I say Amazing Race.
No more separation. I can just like
I've had
at all
enough.
times.
I've had enough. No more of that.
No more. All right, everybody. We love chat room. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for a while. Don't forget to follow Erica on social media. Erica, Shay, we love you guys. Everybody, we will see you guys all later. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. See ya.
Bye, guys.